Hey guys, it's me Dihanna and welcome back to Dihanna's World. In today's video, I will be telling you guys 5 ways you can make the honor roll from an honor roll student. But before we start, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want me to do next. Also, make sure you guys follow all of my social medias. They will be on the screen and the link in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started.
Tuning in to Didi's world. Hit the like or the mentions if you feel this girl. Dropping fresh rhymes, weekly got bars for sure. Covering middle school topics, yeah, I have the allure. Tuning in to Didi's world. Keep it real, never fake, I'm the realest girl. Staying fresh, got the sauce shining bright like a pearl. Guaranteed to bring sunshine to your world.
So the first tip is probably the best tip, and it is to use Quizlet. I cannot stress this enough. I would not have honor roll if it wasn't for Quizlet. Quizlet helps me pass and make a A or a B plus on every test because Quizlet is literally just it's literally perfect. Like, I use Quizlet for US history and science because those are like my hard classes, but using Quizlet helps me get through those classes, and it helps me do well on tests. Like, I literally cannot stress this enough. Go download Quizlet right now. Go use Quizlet on your laptop. All you have to do is put in whatever you're learning about. So say you're learning about the American Revolution. You just search in American Revolution, and then Quizlet can make a test for you about the American Revolution, so you can practice before you have a test or before you have a quiz. And I'm telling you right now, Quizlet saves everything. I love Quizlet. There's not a better learning app than Quizlet, and that's literally it. Gimkit and quizzes, they also help too. Those are more of like, and Kahoot, those are more of like game ones, but Quizlet is a lifesaver. But quizzes, Gimkit, and what else did I say? Kahoot. Those are pretty nice ones too. Actually, I don't know if you can play Kahoot by yourself, but quizzes and Gimkit, those are also nice ones too because they're nice practices, but you're also having a little game out of it, and that's fun to do too. But I usually do that as class, but usually when I play those games, I do it as a class, which is why I love Quizlet so much. You can create your own test and practice before you have a test. They have flashcards, like literally everything in quizzes or Quizlet that you want, you have. So I cannot stress this enough. Use Quizlet. The next tip to make honor roll is to take notes when the teacher isn't telling you to. I'm just gonna say right now, the teachers give the best information when they aren't telling you to write down notes. So just take notes while the teacher is talking. Take notes on points that you think are going to be very important when you have a test or a quiz. Just do that because teachers, they give all the information when they're not telling you to write it down. So pretty much what I'm saying is write down everything your teacher is saying. Not everything, but most things, and things that you think are going to be important and relevant on your test and your quizzes, because 9 times out of 10, what the teacher is telling you to write isn't going to be on the quiz, which I know because that's happened to me before. But what the teacher is just saying in class when she or he or them are passing through the PowerPoint is probably going to be the most important information. So take note of the things that they aren't telling you to take note of. And this one is a big one. Everyone's gonna say this, but pay attention, because if you pay attention in class and if you just get it memorized in your brain, and if you're like me and you don't have a good memory, write down what they're saying. Like, take notes, like I said. But just pay attention in class. Try to hear and listen and understand what they're saying, and that will be very important, and it will help you a lot to make the honor roll. So the third tip is to stay after for tutoring. Now, I know not every school has this, but if your school does have after school tutoring where the teachers tutor you for free, go to that and take advantage of it. If you can go to tutoring, go to tutoring, because I promise it is going to help you so much. And usually the teachers and at my school, usually they'll have tutoring the day before or a few days before a big test. And sometimes the teacher gives you some of the answers on the test because they know that not a lot of kids are actually going to stay for tutoring. But if you do stay for tutoring, they're first of all going to be more prone to like you because they're going to see that you really care about your schoolwork and you really want to get a good grade in the class and you really want to do good in school. And if you stay after tutoring, it's benefiting you too because it's literally free education after school that not everyone has access to because not everyone can stay. But if you can stay for tutoring because it helps a lot. If you're not one of those people who like raising your hand in class because you don't want to embarrass yourself, and trust me, I am one of those people. But if you stay after school, you don't have to raise your hand because 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to be the only one or there's only going to be few other students there. So if you have access to tutoring at your school, take advantage of that because I promise you, you are going to. So the fourth tip to make honor roll is to be organized. And you're probably going to say, what does being organized have to do with grades? A lot. If your papers and your notes are scattered all over your backpack, all over your house, and it comes time for you to study, and it's before a big test, and your teacher gives you a few extra minutes to study, and you don't know where those notes are, you don't know where those resources are, you're going to be upset, and you're probably not going to perform well on a test that you could have had you have had your notes. If you stay organized, you're more likely to study better, you're more likely to do better on a test because you're not stressed out, you're not all over the place looking for this, looking for that. So if you keep all your things in one nice place, if you keep all your classes in a folder, so math class a folder, science a folder, history a folder, and language arts a folder, or English a folder, and if you do all of that, then you will be just fine and you will be organized. And the more organized you are, the better that you do on tests, the better that you do in class. And it's just great to be organized because, first of all, who wants to be unorganized and dirty? If you're more organized, you're probably going to do better on tests and assignments, and everything will be great. So the last and final tip to make the honor roll is to take advantage of those easy classes. For me, my easiest class is language arts because I don't know, I'm a rapper, so I like writing. I do well on essays because I enjoy writing. I do well on like book reports because I actually really like reading and things like that. So if you're a mathematician and you just really like doing math, and math is just something that comes naturally to you, or science or history or any class that comes like easy to you and that you're always going to have an A in because it's just so easy and refreshing to you, take advantage of that. If you are done with your work in that class, if you finish early because you're so good at it that you don't need the extra time to do a test or to do a quiz or just to do anything or just to get on top of your work, use that time to study for other classes. So if you're really good at language arts but you're really bad at math, then study your math work in your language arts class when you're done with your language arts work because you have that extra free time. And if you don't have time to stay after for tutoring and you do a lot of extracurricular activities after school, so you really don't have time to fit in studying for tests, then you can use the time in the easy class that you have to study for your more harder classes. And that's something that I do all the time. Once I'm done writing an essay or reading a book or anything in my language arts class, I go straight to studying for a history test or a science test or anything like that because those are some of the subjects that do not come easy to me. But if you study in classes that you know you do good in, then you don't need to waste time and do extra stuff for that other class because you are already so good at it. But do not study in those easy classes while your teacher is teaching. I'm saying study in those extra classes when you have free time to study in those extra classes. Don't study while the teacher is teaching because you're going to get behind in that easy class, and then you're going to have 6 classes that you have to do, and you're just all the way behind because you decided to study while you were in your language arts class and you thought it was going to be easy, but it's actually a hard lesson. But use free time in other classes to your advantage, because I promise you, you won't regret it. So that's pretty much it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want me to do next. Also, make sure you guys click the notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Also, make sure you guys follow all of my social medias. They will be on the screen in the description below. And make sure you stream all of my music. They will all be in the link in the description below. Letter to My Ex-Best Friend, Rocket Anyway, and Kings and Queens. They will all be linked in the description below. And if you go to my Instagram, they are also in a link in my bio, so you never miss it. Bye, guys.